Hey guys, welcome to today's vlog where we are going to be reading new releases. "2026 is the year of new releases, and you cannot convince me otherwise. There are so many books that have already come out, that are coming out over the next couple of months, just many highly anticipated releases, either from authors I've never heard of before, but the synopsis sounds so good, authors I know and love, and they're coming out with a new series or a new standalone, and then obviously the continuation of series this year. Baffled. Let me know if there's any upcoming new releases that you definitely want to see in a reading vlog. While this definitely is a spoiler-free vlog, I'm still referencing the synopsis, I'm still giving thoughts and opinions as I read them, so if you want to go in blind, I would definitely recommend reading the books and then coming back and watching this vlog. I swear that every year when the weather starts to get warmer, I'm wanting to go to the pool, I'm wanting to go to the beach, my romance era is defrosting. I am wanting to read my silly little rom-coms. That's exactly what we are doing this week. We recently picked up 2 books from the bookstore that they weren't really on my radar, but when I read the back of them, I knew I had to buy them. I feel like I've gotten really great about my book buying recently, where I'm only buying books that I plan to read ASAP. While I am a mood reader, I'm targeting the books that I know I'm generally in the mood for often, and I don't want to buy books just for them to sit on my shelf, knowing that I want to read them eventually. That is no longer appealing to me. I love to buy books and read them as soon as I can. So these have only been on my shelf for a couple of weeks, some less than that. So I'm excited to read these for this vlog. Let's get going with our first book. We are back from the pool and I have my first reading update. So I decided to pick up How to Write a Love Story by Catherine Walsh, and I have been binging this all day. I cannot get enough. I really wasn't sure how to feel about it because I knew there were some mixed reviews, but I just wanted to go into it with a fun mindset and just having a good time, not taking it too seriously. I'm having the best time. We are dealing with our 2 main characters, Kiara and Sam. Kiara is the daughter of an infamous author with a long series that needs the final book written. He passed away less than a year ago, and he wants her to write the final book that is in his wishes. So insert Sam, who is the publisher's housing best editor and fanboy of the series and the author himself. So she's like, I don't really know how I feel about this. You're sending me my father's fanboy, but also they don't get off to the best start. There's a little bit of an issue because she's having a hard time writing. I mean, hello. Grieving her father, this infamous series that has the final book to be written. Talk about pressure. So they don't get off on the best foot, but then they're working through that and they're figuring out how they can best help each other with this. It's such a good time. It's set in Ireland. It's peak summer. I love it. I love it so much. We're just really seeing them want the best of the series for themselves, the fans, her dad. I love it. We're gonna keep going. I think I love Catherine Walsh's writing. I think I said this, but I haven't read anything by her before, so I just really didn't know what to expect. I need more. I need more. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a post-pool shower and feel really fresh and rejuvenated, and then we're diving right back in.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Sunlight,
I need to give you guys another reading update before I just finish this book in one sitting. I can't get enough. I love that the book they're writing is a sci-fi political intrigue with the romance, but yet we have this rom-com of a story. I just love that it's not them trying to write this romance novel. It's this depth of a world and of a story. I just love that it makes it a bit more fun and interesting, especially as a fantasy lover. I can't get enough. They're just so fun and it's so bingeable. I love her writing. I love the storytelling in this. I feel like it's so easy to just want to keep reading. I can't tell you how many times I've been like, oh, well, just one more chapter and I will fill in the blank. I'm ready to sit back down and finish this book, but it felt wrong to not give you a single update between 40% and 100. I love their contrasting behaviors, but yet they just work. I really like our main female character. She is so interesting to read about. I think of it as if like a Stephen King of the world wrote this 8-book series and everyone's anticipating the final book, but then he passes away and his daughter is now left having to like pick up the pieces. But at the same time, just thinking of all the fans and the readers and all the people that would compare you to him and how hard that would be. That's how I'm envisioning this, as just someone that's so well respected in a genre, but also you can't just leave a series hanging. But I feel like many fans would be so upset by anyone else writing the final book in such a well-respected author's series. You know what I mean? So I've loved that concept in this, but it's not so... It's the focus, but we get equal parts of our two main characters navigating the situation. So I just love the balance of everything that Catherine Walsh is giving us, and I can't wait to finish it. So I will probably see you guys tomorrow when I have a final update for you guys on this book. We just got to the park because I want to start our next book, but before I do that, I want to give you my concluding thoughts on How to Write a Love Story. I finished this last night and I had the best time. This is exactly what I was looking for. I think I bought this a couple weeks ago and I bought it because I wanted a fun summer romance that I could just binge at the pool, at the park, at the beach, wherever. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted. I can't recommend this enough. To me, it's at least a 4-star experience. It's nothing extraordinary, very like deep, if you will, but there's still depth to the story. But listen, sometimes I don't want to deal with characters that's just gonna give me like emotional trauma and like rip my heart out. I don't always want that. Sometimes I want this. This is perfect. I think this is something that you should bring on a fun summer vacation when you're gonna go at the pool, to the beach, like just something where you're wanting a quick, bingeable story that you can just get into and fly through. This is exactly what you're looking for. I'm just really glad I picked it up. I felt like it was a fun story from the beginning to the end. It was something that like I felt like I was rooting for them the whole time. The whole time. So do with that what you will, but I'm very glad that we picked this up. The next one is also a book that I recently bought, and it is Annie Knows Everything, another fun romance, but not set in Ireland, unfortunately. I think this is more corporate world-esque. It's a workplace romance where bestie Annie needs a win. Listen, she has stuff going on in her personal life where she's trying to convince her sister to end this engagement with a terrible boyfriend, now fiance, and she needs a win at her job where She has recently took up this position to deal with like coding and stuff, and she's like, I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna have to figure it out. That's where we have Connor, the team's overworked, aggravating, and distractingly hot interim head, and hopefully he knows what he's doing, and they're gonna have to work together to figure this out. So she's having to navigate her new feelings for this guy on top of having to get a win at work, on top of dealing with her personal stuff with her sister at home. So I'm excited to see how I like this. I think this also has a relatively low rating on Goodreads, but I'm curious what I'm going to think, because I'm going into it with a pretty blind expectation. I just want a good time. I want a fun, quick summer romance vibe, just like the last book. That's what I need right now, so I'm hoping this is exactly that. I haven't read a workplace romance in a very long time, so I'm curious how I'm gonna feel about that. But listen, as someone that just reads for the vibes and the feelings, this could work for me. So let's go ahead and start our next book. I am here with our first reading update. I'm 25% of the way into Annie Knows Everything, and I'm having such a good time with this story. I'm really liking Rachel Wood's writing. I haven't read anything by her. I don't know if this is her 10th book, her first book, or what, but I'm having a really good time. I cannot wait to get further into Annie and Connor's storyline, because we just reached this point where I feel like we're gonna dive deeper into that moving forward. We've gotten a glimpse into the work situation and how we wind up with the synopsis on the back. And then we also have the home life situation with Annie and her sister. So we've officially seen on page the synopsis and everything that Annie is going through and trying to balance. I love Annie. She is a go-getter. She is witty. She just really thinks on her feet, and she is so determined and quite intelligent in just a different kind of way. You think of these like tech people and you're like, wow, they're so smart, but you're like, they need more. They need someone that can kind of give you the things your like statistics can't, things that you can't quite measure but are so valuable. I think I relate a lot to that as someone that is in kind of the tech industry. There's a lot of people I work with that are incredible coders. Not me, babe. Not me. But I know that I add value in kind of the user experience and different things and just thinking in a different way than them. And so I relate to Annie in so much of what she is like thinking in her head and actively doing to show her worth. But then I'm also so curious about her and her relationship with like her sister. I don't have a sister, and I think that is a different type of beast. I am lucky to grow up with brothers and I don't have to navigate another woman's emotions. Like, be so for real. We are so complex. And so I think that is something that will be very interesting to read about, and just how Annie's going to navigate this very tenuous relationship that she currently has. I'm excited to keep reading this. I fear I'm just going to binge it the rest of today. So I'm sure I'll chat with you once more before I finish it, but this is the plan for today because it is such a gloomy day. I don't know if we're supposed to see the sun later, but I'm taking advantage of this cozy, gloomy weather to get back on the couch and continue reading this. I have a reading update for you guys because if I don't film this now, I will just sit there and finish the book. I am on page 226. I think I only have about 30-ish% left. I plan to sit right back down and continue reading. I'm having such a fun time with this. It is so bingeable. I'm loving our characters and I'm loving how the romance is unfolding. I just love the way it's all coming about because I feel like it's making it, I don't know if realistic is the word, but I feel like there's just this standard way I would expect this to go, and it's not. So I'm very curious about the conflict that's inevitable in the third act of a romance book. What is gonna come about? Is it gonna be focused on the relationship brewing with Connor? Is it gonna focus on her sister Savannah? Or is it gonna be a bit of both? Because I could see it being more focused on her really navigating what it's gonna be like to fix and mend the relationship with her sister, and this Connor situation is not going to implode in some stupid way, and they're just going to have to navigate the appropriate way to have a workplace romance. I just don't want something stupid to happen. I think obviously that always makes or breaks a romance and how they have their conflict and what's going to solve it, but I'm very curious to see if that is going to like bring down the rating or continue to have a fun time with it. So I will let you guys know probably tomorrow. I'm gonna relax for the rest of the evening. I've done some other things throughout the day, so at this point I just want to lock in and finish this book tonight.
I left the hall light on in case you come back home.
We have got to talk about final thoughts on Annie Knows Everything because I really enjoyed this book. Me and Annie, I fear we're like this. This feels relatable, unfortunately, because the flaws that Annie has are flaws, yes, but she has the best intentions. She wants to help people. She wants people to feel seen, people to feel heard. At the same time, she doesn't always see how, with not like a lack of communication in a negative way, like, oh, miscommunication, but more without all of the conversations happening, you can definitely see how certain actions can negatively affect other people that she cares about. And then the relationship she has with Connor, with her sister, I connected to both of those so well. Her with her job and everything she wants to do with that, but also just her as a person navigating her relationship with her sister and navigating what it's like to think you know what makes someone happy, who makes someone happy, and how they're really feeling, but like, it's not your job to do that. Like, your job is to be a good friend, be a good sibling, a good sister, whatever. It doesn't mean you know what's best. And also, frankly, it doesn't matter. I just really loved all of the messages in here. It was kind of little reminders for me on definitely ways that I want to be living my life in my friendships, romantic life, workplace, all of it. I just really enjoyed this. I think it's another 4-star experience where it wasn't too deep, it wasn't too serious. I had a really fun time with it. I read it in a day. This is a perfect book to take with you on vacation, to take with you to the park. Exactly like our first book. I just had such a good time with these. Like, this was exactly what I was looking for this week. I still think I might be in a romance mood. So let me know if you want to see another new releases vlog, because there's a couple other books on my radar. There's at least one other rom-com-y book, but then I think I have a couple others that are new releases in other genres. So I don't know if I want to mix it up or what, but I had such a good time. Let me know if you're going to read any of these. If you already have, what are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Obviously, if you're going to speak any spoilers, kind of note that at the beginning of your comments, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.